Tonight's story is, I Opened My Dead Grandmother's Music Box. Now, let's begin.
Claire found it wedged between the screen door and the frame. The Victorian house pressed around her house now, though 3 months of ownership hadn't made it feel any less like trespassing. The box was small, lacquered black with mother-of-pearl inlay. She turned it in the weak October sunlight. The patterns shifted. Flowers, maybe. Or hands reaching upward. No note, no return address. The mechanism inside clicked like teeth when she shook it. Probably from Grandma's church friends, she muttered. But that wasn't right. The funeral had been sparse. Elderly women who kept their distance, whispering behind their programs. Asterisk strange woman asterisk, one had said. Asterisk always was asterisk. Inside, Claire set the box on the kitchen table. The house closed around her. Dark wood, darker corners, rooms that seemed wrong when she wasn't looking. She'd found odd things while sorting the estate. A child's shoe in the freezer. Photographs with faces scratched out. Mason jars filled with something that might have been preserves. Might have been something else. The music box sat there, waiting. She opened it. The melody spilled out wrong from the first note. Beautiful, but wrong. Like a lullaby sung by something that had forgotten how to be human. The tune spiraled up and down, never resolving, never ending even as the mechanism wound down. Inside, a tiny ballerina turned on her platform. Not dancing. Falling. Over and over, her porcelain arms outstretched, her painted face locked between ecstasy and terror. Claire slammed the lid shut. The music continued. Faint now. Muffled, but definitely continuing, though the mechanism had stopped. She felt it through the table, a vibration traveling up her arms, settling behind her sternum like something alive. Her phone buzzed, making her jump. Marcus, her brother, asterisk, found something weird in Grandma's storage unit, coming over. She stared at the closed music box. The melody hummed just below thought, persistent as a heartbeat. Asterisk when? Asterisk, she typed back. Asterisk 20 minutes. 20 minutes. She could handle 20 minutes. Claire left the box on the table and went to make coffee. The melody followed her. Not in her ears, deeper than that. In her bones. In the hollow spaces between her ribs. She poured the coffee with shaking hands. Marcus arrived carrying a cardboard box that smelled of mildew and thyme. He looked tired, divorce-tired, but his eyes were bright with something between excitement and fear. "You're not going to believe this." He set his box on the counter, carefully avoiding the music box on the table. He glanced at it, frowned, but didn't comment. "Found it in the back of the storage unit. It's Grandma's journal. From before we were born." Claire's coffee had gone cold in her hands. The music was still playing, everywhere, nowhere. "I didn't know she kept a journal," she said quietly. "Neither did I." Marcus pulled out a leather-bound book, pages yellowed and brittle. His hands trembled slightly. "But Claire, the things she wrote, I think she was trying to warn us." He opened to a page marked with a black ribbon. Their grandmother's handwriting was precise, architectural, each letter carefully constructed. Asterisk. "The box must never be opened. I've kept it sealed for 43 years, since the night Eleanor gave it to me. She was dying. Cancer had eaten through her throat, but she could still whisper. Keep it closed," she said, "keep it sealed. The melody remembers ... asterisk." Claire's hand moved toward the music box. "Marcus, I opened it." He went very still. "When?" "An hour ago, maybe less." Time felt wrong, elastic. "It came in the mail this morning." "That's impossible," Marcus's voice flattened. "I found this journal today. The storage unit hasn't been opened since the funeral." They both looked at the music box. It was open. Claire had closed it. She knew she'd closed it. But now the lid stood open, and the ballerina turned slowly, falling and falling and falling, and the melody played on. That spiraling, never-ending tune that made something in Claire's chest feel like it was coming loose. "Who's Eleanor?" Her voice sounded strange to her own ears. Marcus flipped through more pages, his fingers shook. "I think Grandma's sister, but Mom never mentioned an aunt." More entries, scattered across years. Asterisk 1982. The box arrived again today. I burned it. It came back. Asterisk 1989. I hear it in my dreams now. The falling music. I see Eleanor, always Eleanor, reaching up as she falls. The ground never comes. Asterisk 1995. I understand now. It's not a curse. It's a recording. Every woman who heard the melody, every woman who fell, they're all in there, falling together, their voices layered into the music. A chorus of dissent. Marcus's voice cracked as he read. Claire listened. The melody hummed between his words. Asterisk 2001. I've started to recognize voices in the melody. One sounds like mother. One might be grandmother. How far back does it go? How many of us have fallen? The last entry was dated 3 days before their grandmother's death. Marcus read it slowly. It's time. I can feel the music in my bones now, pulling me down, but I won't let it take the girls. I found a way to break it. You have to listen to the whole melody all the way through. You have to hear every voice. Recognize every falling woman. You have to witness them. Only then will they stop falling. Asterisk. Only then will we all stop falling. Oh, asterisk. But Claire, if you're reading this, you must understand to hear them all, you have to fall too. Silence. Then Marcus closed the journal. His face had gone pale. Claire, we need to get rid of that thing. Right now. But Claire was listening to the music. Really listening. There were voices in it. Dozens of them. Hundreds, maybe. All singing the same descending melody. All falling through the same infinite space. She could almost make out words. Almost. I can hear them, she whispered. Claire, no. Marcus reached for her, but she stepped back. Her eyes fixed on the spinning ballerina. There's a girl. Claire's voice was distant. Young. She's singing about water, about jumping from a bridge. The melody shifted. Another voice emerged, and there's another one, older. She's singing about a husband who... Her throat closed. Oh God, Marcus, they're all... Stop listening. He grabbed her shoulders, shook her. Claire, stop. But she couldn't. The music had hooks in her now, pulling her down into its spiral. She could see them, all the falling women. Arms outstretched, mouths open in song. Each one had been driven to fall. By violence. By despair. By a world that offered no other way out. And each one had been forgotten. Until the music remembered them. It's not a curse, Claire breathed. It's testimony. They're all testifying. Then let someone else hear it, Marcus was shouting now, desperate. You don't have to... Yes, I do. Claire's voice was calm. Distant. She was already falling. Had been falling since she opened the box. Since before that, maybe. Since she'd inherited this house, this legacy, this long chain of women who fell and no one caught them. That's what Grandma meant. Someone has to witness them. Someone has to hear every single story. She sat down at the table, her hands flat on the wood, and listened.
The music played on.
Claire heard a woman who threw herself from a bridge in 1847. Another who was pushed from a window by her husband in 1923. A girl who jumped from a factory roof in 1911. A mother who walked into the river with stones in her pockets. A daughter who fell from a tower, or jumped, or was thrown. The details lost to time, but the fall remembered. Always the fall. Their voices layered, harmonized, became the melody itself. And Claire fell with them. Marcus called 911 when she wouldn't respond, wouldn't blink. Just sat there with her eyes open, staring at nothing, tears streaming down her face, lips moving soundlessly. The paramedics couldn't wake her. Vitals fine, heartbeat steady, breathing normal, but unreachable, locked inside whatever the music had shown her. It's like a coma, one said, checking her pupils with a penlight. But her brain activity is off the charts. They loaded her onto a stretcher. Marcus grabbed the music box. He'd smash it, burn it, bury it in concrete. But when he touched it, he heard it too. Just for a moment. Just long enough. The voices in the melody weren't crying in pain. They were singing their stories, clear and true and undeniable. Every woman who'd been pushed to the edge, every woman who'd jumped or fallen or been thrown, Every woman whose death had been explained away, romanticized, forgotten. They were all still falling. And they would keep falling until someone heard them. Really heard them. Every single one. Marcus set the box down. His hands shook. "Sir?" The paramedic looked at him with concern. "Are you all right?" Marcus stared at his sister's blank face, then at the music box. "I need to stay here with her. We're taking her to County General." "No." He didn't know how he knew, but he knew. "She needs to stay here, in this house, until she's finished listening." "Sir, that's not—" "Please." His voice cracked. "Just give her 24 hours. If she doesn't wake up by then, you can take her. But right now, she's doing something important. She's bearing witness." The paramedics exchanged glances. Protocol said one thing, but something about the house, about the music that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere, made them hesitate. The older one finally nodded. 24 hours, but we're documenting this against medical advice." They left Claire on the couch, surrounded by her grandmother's strange objects. Marcus sat beside her, holding her hand. The music box played. Hours passed. The sun set. The house grew dark around them. And slowly Claire began to speak. Not her own voice, dozens of voices, hundreds, each one taking its turn through her throat. She spoke in languages Marcus didn't know, in accents from across centuries. She spoke stories of violence and despair, of systems that ground women down, of families that turned away, of authorities that didn't listen. She spoke until her voice was raw. She spoke until first gray light crept through the windows. And finally, as the sun rose over the Victorian's peaked roof, she spoke in their grandmother's voice. "I'm sorry I couldn't break it." Claire's mouth moved, but it was their grandmother speaking, clear as day. "I tried, but some testimonies are too heavy for one person. It takes generations. It takes family." A pause. "Thank you for listening, my darlings. Thank you for hearing us." The music box snapped shut. The sound echoed like a gunshot in the silent house. Claire's eyes focused. She looked at Marcus, really looked at him, and burst into tears. "I heard them all," she sobbed. "Every single one. I heard what happened to them, how they died, who hurt them. I heard Grandma. I heard Eleanor. I heard women from 100 years ago, 200. Some I couldn't even understand, but I felt their stories. I witnessed them, Marcus. I witnessed them all." He held her while she cried. Outside, birds were beginning to sing. Simple melodies. Nothing like what had played through the night. "Is it over?" he asked finally. Claire pulled back, wiping her eyes. She looked at the music box, closed on the table. "I don't know. Maybe. For now. What do we do with it?" She was quiet for a long time. "We keep it. We keep it safe. Because if we destroy it, those voices disappear. Their testimonies are lost. At least this way they're remembered. At least this way someone heard them." "But what if it starts again? What if someone else... Then someone else will have to listen." Claire's laugh was bitter, exhausted. "That's how it works. The burden gets passed down. The stories get told and retold. The falling never stops. We just learn to catch each other." She stood, unsteady, and picked up the music box. In the morning light, the mother-of-pearl inlay was clearly visible. Not flowers, not hands. Falling figures, dozens of them, spiraling down into darkness. "I'll put it somewhere safe," she said. "Somewhere no one will accidentally open it. But I won't destroy it. These women deserve to be remembered, even if their stories are terrible. Asterisk. Especially asterisk, because their stories are terrible." Marcus helped her up the stairs to the attic, where their grandmother had kept her most precious things. They found a wooden chest with a heavy lock. Claire placed the music box inside with something like reverence. "Do you think Grandma knew?" Marcus asked. "That you'd be the one to hear them all?" "Maybe. Or maybe she just hoped one of us would be brave enough." Claire locked the chest, pocketed the key. "Or foolish enough. Same thing sometimes." They descended back into the house. It felt different now, lighter somehow, as if a great weight had been lifted. Or maybe just redistributed. Over the next few weeks, Claire continued sorting through her grandmother's belongings. She found more journals, more references to Eleanor and the music box and the long line of women who'd carried that burden. She found photographs, not scratched out, but hidden in a false bottom of a drawer, showing her grandmother as a young woman. standing beside another girl who looked enough like her to be a twin. Eleanor's eyes were sad even in the photograph, knowing. Claire framed the photo and hung it in the hallway with the others she'd found. A gallery of the women who'd come before. A gallery of witnesses. Sometimes, late at night, she thought she could still hear the melody. Not from the attic, not from the locked chest, but from somewhere deeper. The music that lived in the walls of the house, in the bones of the family, in the long memory of women who fell and fell and fell. But it was quieter now, softer, less urgent, as if, having been heard, the voices could finally rest. Marcus visited often, bringing groceries, helping with repairs. He never asked about the music box again. But sometimes Claire caught him pausing in the hallway, his head tilted as if listening to something just beyond hearing. "Do you hear them?" she asked him once. "No," he said, "but I believe they're there. I believe you heard them. That counts for something, doesn't it?" "I hope so." Claire touched the key in her pocket. "I really hope so." The Victorians settled around them, old wood creaking, autumn wind whistling through gaps in the window frames. Somewhere in the attic, locked in its chest, the music box waited. Patient, still. The falling figures on its lid caught the dust-filtered light, their descent frozen in mother of pearl, eternal and beautiful and terrible all at once. Claire thought about testimony, about witness, about the weight of stories that couldn't be forgotten, no matter how much easier forgetting would be, about the music that played on, even in silence, about the fall that never ended. And late at night, when the house was quiet and Marcus had gone home, Claire sometimes stood in the hallway beneath the gallery of photographs. She listened to the silence, listened to what lived inside it. The melody was still there, faint as breath, persistent as blood. But now, woven through it, she could hear something new. Not screaming, not crying, singing. The women were singing. And though the fall continued, though it would always continue, they were no longer falling alone. They had been witnessed. They had been heard. And in the darkness of the Victorian's heart, that small mercy glowed like a candle that would never go out.